Hello everyone, welcome back to another exciting tutorial. Today, in this tutorial, we're going to learn to create a website that tracks and search for live cryptocurrency prices and updates with real-time data. This tutorial will provide a step-by-step guide on how to fetch and display prices and cryptocurrency updates using the popular API called Gecko. So let me just walk you through what we're going to be building. First off, I'm going to start with the navigation bar. We have our nav header here, we have the links here, and we have the sign up button. And then we have our arrow section, which is just basically displaying a captivating text. And we also have a search input with a search button as well. So you can use that to search for whichever crypto you're looking for. And here we have the display of our cryptos. So in our crypto table, in our coin table, we have our rank, we have the coins, we have the symbol, current price change, and the market cap. And then we have the footer. Okay, so on the search input, you can search for whichever crypto. Okay, so let's say I want to search for bits. So here it's going to display every item that has bits in it. So this is it. We have the first one, the 16th, the 19th, 30th, 49th, 56, 62, 84, 85. So basically, that's what we're going to learn to be. We're going to learn to build a very simple, this is a very simple and basic website. You're going to learn to fetch from the API. You're going to learn to fetch data and also display the data on your screen. Okay, so that is what we're going to be building. Let's get started. So you're going to open your VS Code. I'm on my VS Code right now. Navigate to your terminal, and then you change directory to your desktop. I have a folder for personal projects, for YouTube projects. So I'm going to change directory to the folder because that's where I want to create my React app. So I'm changing directory to YouTube projects. Then you're going to run this command: npm create vite at latest. The app name is going to be crypto checker. Press enter. Make sure you're connected to the internet. And then you're going to see this. So now you're going to change directory to what you just created, crypto checker. Then you run this command, npm install. Okay, so we're done with installation. Now you navigate back to file, click on open folder. Then in the folder, remember we changed our directory to desktop. So open your desktop, look for the folder that you created your React app in. I created mine in YouTube project, so I'm just going to open YouTube project. Then I'm going to look for crypto checker, select folder, and that's it. Okay, so let's do some cleanups. So I don't need the app.css, so I'm just going to delete this. And then for my app.jsx, Ctrl A delete, and I'm going to use RFC. RFC is a shortcut to create a functional React app. Okay, so click on enter. To use this shortcut, you need to have this extension. It's called ES7 React React Native. That's the name of the extension. Okay, so install that. I have mine installed already, so install it if you don't have it. So let's get back to business. Our global CSS, index of CSS, I'm going to clear this up. And then for my entire document, I'm setting the margin to 0. The padding will take 0 as well. Okay. So here I'm going to change the name of the website is Crypto Check. So I'm just going to change this to Crypto Check. Alright, close this, and then let's get to business. So I'm going to create a folder in our SRC. We're going to create a folder for components, and then in the component folder, we're going to have our navbar folder. In the component folder as well, we're going to have our hero folder. We're going to have our footer folder, and we're also going to have the coin context folder. So for each of these folder, I'm going to create, excluding the coin context folder, for each of the folder, navbar, hero, and footer folder, excluding coin context, I'm going to create the GSX and the CSS file. So for the coin context, I'm only going to create the GSX file. So let me do that now. Coin context.gsx, right? So for every other folder, for footer, hero, and navbar, I'm going to create the GSX and CSS file for that. So let me pause this video and create that. So I'm done creating all of these, the GSX and CSS file for each of them. So we need to test our app to see if it is working. Okay. So head back to your terminal, click on new terminal, and then we're going to run this command npm run dev. So npm run dev is the command that we use to start a local development server on localhost. So if you follow this link, click on follow link, it is going to take you, it's going to open up the local development server on your system. So here we have our app.jsx working. So I'm just going to minimize this. Let me change this to hello world and let us see. Can you see this? So this is working perfectly well. Now let us start with, this is what we're trying to build, right? So let's start with our navigation bar. So first off, we need to change the background color of the entire body. So I'm going to set the background to this color code, and then the text color is going to take white. So we can now start with our navbar. So REFC to create a functional React app. Now I'm going to create a div tag with a class name of navbar. So in the div, we're going to have another div tag for nav logo, and in the nav logo, we're going to have an h2 tag with a class name of logo, and the logo is going to be a text crypto check. After the nav logo, the div tag for the nav logo, I'm going to have another div tag for our list. So this is going to have nav lists. So in the nav list, we're going to have our URL, and then we're going to have 4 list items, which is the first list item we're going to take home. The second one is going to take feature. The third is going to take pricing, and the last one is going to take blog. So after this div tag for our nav logo, we're going to have another div tag for our nav button. So here we're going to have a button, and the button is going to say sign up. Okay, a button tag. Then we're going to have sign up. Okay, so this is our navbar. For us to see it in our local browser, we need to mount it in our app.jsx. So here I'm going to mount the navbar components, and we have it here. Okay, so now let us style it. So I'm going to open our CSS file for our navbar. Before styling, you need to import your CSS into your GSS. So here we're going to have navbar.css. Then I'm going to start with navbar, copy it and paste it right here. Display is going to be flex, align item center. Padding is going to take 20 pixel and 10%. Justify content is going to be space between. Position here will be relative, and I'm going to set the Z index to 1000. I'm setting the Z index to 1000 because we're going to mount our navbar in our hero section later. So we want our navbar to appear on the hero section. Okay, so basically this is what we have now. So next thing we need to do is the nav list URL. So here I'll copy and I'll paste it. Display is going to be flex. The gap is going to take 40 pixels, and the list style will be set to none. Now for our nav button. So for the button, I'm going to set the padding to 10 pixels, 25 pixels. The font weight of the text is going to take 500. Now let's make it 600. And then border will be set to none. Cursor will be pointer. And the border radius is going to take 30 pixels. So this is what we have now. Then we can now move to our hero section. So I'm going to close the navbar.jsx and navbar.css, and I'm going to open my hero section. REFC to create a functional React app. First off, we need our image, right, that we're going to be using as the background in our hero section. So I'm just going to import the image now. So I've copied the image right here. This is the image that we're going to be using. This is the image here. So let's get to work. So for the hero section, this hero section right here contains everything that we need to work on. Okay, so I'm just going to change the hero section to the coin table component itself, because we have all of this. This is our coin table component. In the coin table component, we have our hero and we have the coin table display itself. Okay, so this, I'm going to rename this to coin table, and this, I'm going to rename this to coin table as well. I'm also going to rename this as well to coin table. So for our DSX file, I will delete this and use RFC again and we'll write here. So I'm going to create a div tag here with a class name of coin table. So in the coin table, we have two sections. We have the hero container section and the crypto table itself, right? So this is going to, the first div is going to be the hero container, while the second div is going to be the crypto table. So let us start with the hero container. So in our hero container section, I'm going to have a div tag for hero, and in hero, we're going to have an h1 tag, which is going to take this text, and then we're going to have a paragraph tag that is going to take this text as well. So here, let me show you. So there's a break here. We're going to have a break tag after latest. So right here, I'm going to have a break tag. After our p tag, we're going to have a font tag. Okay. So in our form, we're going to have an input field, right, where our user can search. So our type is text. So I need the placeholder. So placeholder is going to take search crypto, and it is required, right? And then we're going to have a button that our user is going to click on, and the type is a submit button, right? And it's going to take search. So this is it. Now in our app.js, we're going to mount our coin table components, and then we have it here, right? So all we need to do now is to style. So let us style. Remember, we need to import our CSS file into our JSX file, cointable.css. We're going to start with styling the hero container, right? So here, I'm going to have a padding bottom of 100 rem. Now to the hero container, the max width is going to be 900 pixels. Margin will be set to auto. Display is flex. Flex direction will be set to column. Align items will be center. So we want all the text in the center as well. Text align will be center. Gap is going to take 30 pixels. Margin top is going to take 8 rem. Next thing we have here is we have the hero here. So okay, this CSS is for our hero. Now let us style our hero container. So for the hero container, we're going to set the background image using URL. So we're getting our image from our asset folder, and the name of the image is btc.jpg. Background size is going to be cover. We want it to cover the entire background, and the background position is going to be center. Position is going to be set to absolute. Height is 100 each, and the width will take 100%. So this is the image right here showing as a background, and we have the text on it, right? Now we have an h1 tag as well in the hero section. So I'm setting the font size to 56 pixels. Now for the p tag, I'm going to set the width So take 75% of the screen. The line height, I'm going to set it to 1.5. And the text color is going to take this color code. Now for the font, padding is going to take 8 pixels. The width is going to take 60%. Background color is going to be white. Border radius around it is going to be 5 pixels. And the font size of the text is going to be 20 pixels. Display here is going to take flex. Justify content, space between, and text align is going to be center with a gap of 10 pixels. Now for the input, flex is going to be 1. The font size of the text is going to take 16 pixels. Outline will be set to none. And padding on the left side, I'm going to set it to 10 pixels. Now for the button, border is going to be set to none. The background color is going to be set to this color code. Color will take white, which is the text color. The font size of the text will be 16 pixels. The border radius is going to take 5 pixels, and the cursor is going to be pointer. Okay, so we need to set this border. So for the input, border will be set to none. And for the button as well, we need to set the padding 10 pixels, 30 pixels. So this is looking all good. Okay, so if we compare to this, we have a navigation bar in our coin table component. So I'm just going to mount the nav bar in the coin table component. So in our coin table.jsx, after our hero container here, I'm going to mount the nav bar. So I'll go back to my app.jsx, then I'm just going to delete the nav bar from the app.jsx. So this is what we have now, and it's the same as this. Okay. Now to the crypto table itself, which is the table that's going to be displaying the crypto updates, the prices, the symbol, the market cap, and the ranks. So let's get to this now. As I said earlier, the API we're going to be using is Gecko API. So we're going to search for that in our Chrome. So here I'm going to search for Gecko. So here, this is Gecko API, right? So right now, what we need to do is to get API keys. So if you click on that, you're going to see the plans. Because this is a tutorial, we're going to use the demo account. That means we're not going to use any of the paid plans. So you're going to see, want to try before subscribing, effortlessly try Gecko API in your application. So click on create demo account, and then you can register with either your Google account or Apple account, or you continue with email. So I'm going to register with my Google account. So once you register with your account, you're going to see this welcome message right here. As you can see, it's no longer saying that you should sign up. So you go back here and click on the demo account. Now you need to have like an info about your demo account. So here, the company name or the project name, the project you're working in is Crypto Check. Okay, team number is 1. The role, because you're the one building the website, so developer. And then we're building a website. This, you check this, and then create your demo account. So once you're here, you need to, for now, you don't have an API key. This is what it's going to show you. So let's add your first API key. So I'm going to click on add new API key and deliver. This is a tutorial, right? So this is going to take tutorial. Click on create. And then we have our first API key. Okay, so we're going to copy this and head back to our code in my index.css here. I'm going to paste this API key as a comment, right? So we're back. Now we have our API key already. Now you're going to see useful links right here. The sidebar right here. This is showing page is unresponsive. Just need to click on links. So click on API documentation. This is going to lead you to another page. So here in the documentation, we have the Gecko public API version 3. Click on this coin, and then from this list of items, we're going to select coin list with market data. Click on this, and then this is what we have. Okay, so as you can see, we have the ID, the symbol, the name, the image, the current price, market cap rank, and every other updates, live updates about different cryptocurrencies. So this is showing Bitcoin. So we're going to get the data in form of an array. Okay, so now that we have this right here, let us get to our code. So before our code, we need to select, because we're building with React, so we're going to select JavaScript. Okay, so we're going to get back to this now. We're going to try to see if our key is working, but we need to continue with our code. So we're going to get back to this very soon. So we're going to start with our coin context. Okay, so the context API in React is used to manage and share state across component without cross drilling. So here we're going to manage all our states here. In our coin context, we're going to pull and fetch the data from the CoinGecko API in the coin context. Okay, so let's get to it. All right, so we're going to start by we're creating context, right? We are going to need use effects for side effects, and we're also going to need states to manage our states. Okay, and then after this, we need to export our coin context. And so here we're going to have create context. Now we're going to create our coin context provider variable. Coin context provider. An arrow function, and then we're also going to export it as well. So export default coin context provider. Oh, this. Okay, so no more error. Right. And then we need to return coin context the provider. So here we're returning the children, and here we need to pass the children as props here. Okay, now we need to work on our state. First off, we need to create a state variable and a setter function for all the coins. So this is going to take all coin, and the setter function will be set all coin, and we're going to initialize it with an empty array because we're going to be getting our data in form of an array. Also, we need to work on our currency. So I'm creating a state variable for currency and the setter function to update our currency. So use state. So here, the state variable here, we're going to set the name of the currency. Okay, let me just do this. So the name of the currency, why is this in caps lock? Name here would be USD, and the symbol is going to be in dollars. Okay, we're having this error because we did not. Alright, so what I did here was that I created another hook to manage the currency state. First off, I created here, this is to manage all the coins, and I created a setter function and I initialized it to an empty array. Then the second thing I did was to create another hook to manage the currency state. So the state variable is currency, and the function to update it is set currency. And then I passed two arguments, and I passed an argument as an initial value of the state, which is going to be an object with two properties here. So with two properties, name, which is going to be in US dollars, and the symbol, which is in form of dollars. Okay, so the next thing we need to do now, let me add a semicolon, is to work on, so we need to work on our fetch function because we need to pull data from the CoinGecko API. So we're going to be using an asynchronous function, and I'm going to name the function fetch all coin. So basically what asynchronous function means is that our function can run in the background while waiting for data without freezing up the page. So that's why we're using an asynchronous function. So let's get to it. So we're going to have const fetch all coin. This is async, right? Okay, so now we're almost done with the code. So here, remember that I copied comment. Remember that I copied I pasted our API key here as a comment. So you're going to copy this, head back here. We need to try if this is working. Okay, and then here we're going to set it to USD. Now you click on try it, and let us see if we're able to fetch. Can you see that this is working? So after you need to paste the API key that you got here. You need to paste it right in the header. Then here you set the currency to USD, and then you click on try it. Then it's going to fetch as many coins as possible. So initially, let me Ctrl Z. Let's say I delete this. We only have just one. So if you paste this back here, you can see we have as many as possible. And you're going to set the currency, click on try it, and you're going to have as many coins as possible. Okay, so what we need to do now is to copy this. We're still going to adjust this code a little bit, but just copy this. So in the fetch all coin function, we're going to paste this here. Okay, there's an error. All right, this is supposed to be async KS. Okay, not SAYNC. So you're going to paste this here, but we need to adjust it a little bit. We just need to adjust the code. Okay, so I'm going to cut this fetch function. We're going to use it very soon, but we're going to use our try catch block. So I'm creating a variable for response. So this is going to take await fetch. We're fetching from this. Okay, paste it here. And then we're going to create const data. This is going to take await the response.json. So here we need to set all coin to data. What I basically did here is I set the fetched data to all coin. Okay. Now we're using the try catch block. So here we're going to catch for any error. So console.error is going to show error fetching data, and we're going to log the error. Alright, so let me explain what I just did here. Now the first thing that I did is to create a fetch function. Because we need to pull data from CoinGecko API, we use an asynchronous function, right? And I named this function fetch all coin. An asynchronous function simply means that our function can run in the background while waiting for the data without freezing the entire page. So we copied this code and some part of this code that I adjusted earlier from our CoinGecko after getting our data. Okay, so we need to understand what we just copied. First off, we have this get method here. So the method get is telling the API that we want to get information, not send any information or post. Now we've got the headers as well. This is our headers. The accept here is simply telling our API that we want data in JSON format. Okay. And this particular code here is our special API key, right? So the next thing here that I did, which is what I adjusted from the code that we copied earlier, is that I used the try catch block, which is going to serve as our safety net when things go wrong. In the try section, right here, this is the try section. The try section, we made an API request with the fetch. to this URL, right? So once the fetch happens, we will wait for the response. That is where our wait comes in. We're going to wait for the response and convert the response to JSON format. That is it here. And then after the conversion, after we've converted the response that we got here, this is the response. We fetch data from this API, and while waiting for the response, we want to convert the response to JSON format, the data to JSON format, and we're storing it right here in data. Now, the next thing I did is that I set the fetched data to all coin. Okay. Now for the catch section, which is this part, the catch section is basically for if anything goes wrong. If anything goes wrong, like let's say you have a bad internet connection or whatnot, we're going to have, it will be caught, and then we're going to have a console.error. So it's going to show that there is error fetching data, and it's going to display the error exactly. Okay. So next thing we need to do is to use the use effect to ensure that all the fetched all coin is called when the component mounts, and then we're going to include currency in the dependency array. Let me show you what I mean. Right here, we're going to use effects. This is going to be a function. So fetch all coin, and then right here, we're going to pass currency as the dependency array. Okay, so the use effect hook is to ensure that fetched all coin is called when the component is mounted. I just included the currency in the dependency array. So now we can now move to our coin table. So before that as well, we need to pass the value that we're going to be using in other components. So here, our value, we're going to use all coin, we're going to use currency, and then here we're going to use set currency as well. So this is what we're going to have in our coin context. Now for us to be able to use our coin context, we need to wrap our app around, we need to wrap coin context around our app. So I'm just going to cut this. So we're going to have coin context. So here, coin context provider. So we're going to wrap our app around coin context provider, so we can make use of the coin context in any of our components. So we're done with this. I'm going to close main.jsx. This is our coin context, and then we're going to continue with our coin table. We're done with the hero section and the navbar. We need to work on the crypto table itself. So right here, we're going to start with the header for this table here. So we have the header as rank, coin, symbol, current price change, and market cap. So I'll create a div tag and give it a class name of table layout. So in table layout, we're going to have five paragraph tags. So the first one is going to take rank. The second will take coins. The third will take symbol. The fourth will take current price. And the last one is going to take market cap. Also, we need to extract all our coin data and the currency from the coin context that we created here. So here, we're going to extract currency that we fetched from our API. So we're extracting all coin and currency. So we're extracting from our context. Here, we're going to have use context. So I'm going to import our context. I'll import coin context here. We're going to have coin context here. So we successfully extracted all our coins and the currency state from coin context. So what the table is basically going to show is that we're going to display our coin, right? We want to display update on coin, we want to display prices as seen here. This is what we're trying to build. So we want to display rank, coin, the symbol, the current price change, and the market cap. So we need to create a state that will manage the display coin, and we need a setter function to update our display coin. So right here, I'm going to create a state variable for display coin, and the setter function set display coin, and I'm going to initialize the states with an empty array. Okay. Also, right here in this form section, we have an input. We need to manage the input such that we need to know when our user has typed and when to update, when the input field is empty and when the input field is updated. So we're going to create another state variable here for input, and the setter function set input to update our input, and the use states, I'm going to initialize it with empty. Okay, so our input has nothing right now. So the set input is going to update the input when the user types anything. So currently, in what we're building, the table layout is not showing, right? So we need to style that so that we can see it appear here. So all I'm going to do now is to copy this code, copy table layouts, and then paste it here. So I'm going to set the display to grids. Before the table layout, we have our crypto table. We need to style that as well. That is the container that is going to take table layout. So margin will be auto. Max width will take 1000 pixels. Position will be set to relative. And the margin top is 14 rem. Let us see. So the margin top is a little bit much, so we need to adjust this. So this is going to take, let me give it like a 7 rem. Okay, let's just adjust this to 6. 6 should do it. Now for the table layout, the grid template column, the first one that is taking rank, I'm going to set it to 0.5. The second one is going to take 2, third one, fourth one, fifth one, while the last one is going to take 1.5 FR. So padding is going to take 15 pixels, 20 pixels. Align items in the center, and border bottom is going to take 1 pixel solid, this color code, right? Okay, so the next thing we need to do now is to display the coin itself, like each of the coin. But before that, we need to use the use effect hook to add all coin data and display coin. So I'm going to create an array function and a dependency array. So whenever all coin changes, we'll execute the array function. Okay, so here we're going to use effects hook. So add all coin data. The all coin data that we extracted from our coin context here, which is what we fetched here. Okay, so for the use effect, we're going to use it to add all coin data and display coin. So I'm going to use effects. I'm creating an arrow function. So set display coin will be set to all coin. And then right here, we're going to add all coin as the dependency array. So that whenever all coin changes, we'll execute the array function. So now we can now get to the main display, which is what is going to display the actual data for the coin, the rank, the symbol, the market price, and all of that. We already have the header here in this first table layout. So next thing we're going to do now is to map our display coin. So right here, we're going to map display coin. Let me just do display coin. If we check what we have here, we're displaying the first 12, right? We're displaying just 12 coin. So we'll use the slice method to display the 12. So we're displaying 0 to 12. Then we're mapping over our display coin array. So we're going to have item and index. So I'm going to create another div tag, and I'll give you a class name of table layout as well, since we're using the same CSS styling. Okay, so I'm going to pass a key here, and that is going to take index. So now for the first one, right here, we have the rank, right? And if we come back to our Gecko API, the rank name is called here, the name it as market cap rank. So you're just going to copy this and then come back here. Oh, the first thing we want to display for the first paragraph is going to take our rank. So here we're going to have item dot what we just copied now. So that is going to fall under rank. Remember that in our CSS, we've already styled our table. We're displaying as a grid, and we've already styled it here. So the rank is going to take this is what will fall under the rank. Now for the second one is going to be an image, which is for this coin. We're going to display an image and the name of the coin. So I'm going to create a div tag for that. So a div tag, here we're going to have an image, and then here we're going to have paragraph, right? So for this image, this is going to be item dot. Let us see what Gecko is using for their image. So this is image as well. So this is going to take item dot image, and for the name, we're going to have item dot. Right here, the name is name as well. So here we have item dot name. This is for the coin. This is it. So the next thing is for our symbol. So we're using a p tag for that with a class name of symbol. So this is going to take item dot symbol, because in Gecko, the symbol is also known as symbol right here. Okay, and then the next thing we have is the current price. So after our symbol, we are going to have our price. So for our p tag, we're going to have item dot, let's see, for current price is also current price. This is going to take item dot current price. Okay, the next thing we have is price change. I did not include it in this column. Let me show you. The price change comes before the market cap. So the next one that is going to be here is going to be for the price change. Okay. So for price change, let's see. So we have the price change in 24 hours. So this is what we're using. Price change percent in 24 hours. So this is going to take item the price change percentage in 24 hours. Now the last thing is our market cap. I'm going to have another p tag that is going to take item dot, let's see, market cap. So this is market cap here. We're just going to copy this and paste it right here. Now, if you take a good look at this table, for the prices that are above 1, it's showing as green. The color is green. But the prices that are less than 1, the color is red. So we need to adjust that as well in our code. So right here, what we want to work on now is the price change percentage in 24 hours, right? So we want to adjust the CSS code such that when the price is less than 0, is going to show red, and if it is more than, it's going to display green. So here, what I'm just going to do is to add a class name, and that is going to be equal to this. So what I want to check is if the item the price change is greater than 0, we're using a ternary operator. We want it to display the color green, and if it is less than, it's going to display the color red. And right here, I'm going to close my tag. So here, we're going to display item dot price change in 24 hours. So let us check our table and let's see. This is what we have currently. So this is the first 12 by their ranking. We have this, we have the rank, we have the name, we have the icon, we have the image, the symbol, current price, price change, and the market cap. If we compare to this, so the current price, it is showing in dollars. So remember that we initialized dollars earlier in our coin contest, and then we have percentage showing there as well. Our market cap also has the dollar sign showing, so we need to adjust that code a little bit. So for our market cap, it is showing in dollars. So we need to get our currency. Remember that we extracted our currency as well. Dot symbol. And then so I'm going to copy this. For the current price as well, it is showing in dollars as well. So it has reflected here. Now we need to add percentage to our price change. So for the price change in 24 hours, this is going to take percentage. Okay, and so we need to style it. So it's going to look like this. Let's style it in our CSS. So right here, the market cap, the text is on the right side, unlike every other text that is at the center. So we need to align this text to right. So I'm going to give market cap a class name of market cap. So I'm going to copy this and then paste it in my CSS. Text here align to the right. Now, next thing we need to style is the div tag in our table layout. Okay, for this second table layout, we have the div tag here for the second table layout. So here we're going to have table layout and div tag, and then display will be set to flex. Align items, one of the items in the center with a gap of 10 pixels. So this is it, is already aligned. So here the symbol is in caps lock. So we need to convert the symbol here as well. So back here, again, it's a class name of symbol earlier. So for table layout, the symbol text transform is going to take uppercase. So here, our symbol will be in uppercase. Now for the image in this div tag, this particular div tag, we have an image. So I'm just going to copy this, paste it here, and then we need to resize the image. So the width is going to take 35 pixels, and then this is what we have right now. So right here, the text here are now aligned to the right. So I need to give the second table layout a class name for the one that is representing the market cap right here, which is the last element here. I'm going to give this market cap so that the text will align to the right. Okay. So we have this all looking good and okay. Next thing we need to style is the green and the red color, so that we're going to see. So for table layout, when it is green, we're setting the color code. We're setting the color to this color code, and text should be at the center. And then when it is red, we're going to set the color to this color code 4646. Text should also be at the center. So this is it right here. So the next thing we need to work on is this searching field. We need to be able to search just like this. If you search for bits, everything that has bits in it, every item that has bits is going to be displayed, right? And if you delete every other item, every other coin is going to be displayed. So we need to work on the search functionality here. So I'm just going to close this, and then let's work on our search. First, we need to create a function that will be triggered when our user types something in the search input field. So I'm going to create another function. I'm going to name it input handler, which is going to undo our user typing. And I'm going to pass event as a parameter. So let us do that. So here, I'm creating a function that handles user typing. So the function name is going to be, I can give it undo input as well, undo input. So here, events, and then here I'm using our set input. So our event dot target dot value. What we're targeting is the value what our user is going to type in. So here I'm going to use an if statement to check if event dot target dot value is empty. We want to display all of our coin. Set display coin to all coin. Okay, so basically what I did was that I created another function and I gave it a name, undo input, and I passed event as a parameter. So what the other function is going to do is that it will update the state input using the setter function, set input here. It's going to update the state input using setter function, set input with the current value from the input field. Then I use an if statement right here to check if the input field is empty. We're going to display all our coins without filtering. Okay. And then the next thing we need to do now is to create another function to undo submission. So when the user clicks on the button, it should submit the form. So it should either filter if the user types anything, and it should not filter if the user doesn't type anything. So that is basically what I want to do now. So I'm just going to close this finally. So here I'm creating a function that undoes submission. And then I'm going to name the function undo submit. So this is going to be an asynchronous function. This is going to be an async function. So here, async. I'm using an asynchronous function because I want it to run. I want the submission to run on the ground without having to mess up with the main code. Okay. I want a function that will run in the background, and it will filter and get our display our data for us without freezing the entire page. So we're going to use an asynchronous function right here. So here, let me close this first off. So event dot prevent defaults. I need to explain this very soon. And then here, we're creating a variable for coins, which is going to store here. We want to await all coin dot filter. We're going to pass in item. So it's going to return item dot name dot to lowercase dot include inputs, right? And then we're going to display our set display coin to the coins. Alright, so what I did basically was that I created another function that is going to undo our submission. So I created an asynchronous function and I named it undo submit. Then I passed the event as a parameter, and then I used the event that prevents defaults to prevent default behavior of the form submission, like page refreshing and so on, so that the app can handle the search. Then I use the filter here right here. I filter through all the coin I need to find the coin whose name matches with the search term and store in variable coin. Okay, so we just filter through the all coin array that we extracted, which the all coin array, if you remember, we extracted it from our coin context. And in our coin context, we're able to fetch the data from our Gecko API. So I filter through the all coin array to find the coin whose name matches the search term, and I store it in the variable coin. Then I return the item whose name matches with the input value, both converted to lowercase. So finally, we now updated our display coin states with the filtered coin array. So in our form right here, what we want to do is to be able to submit the form. So on submit, I'm going to pass our undo submit, function. I want to pass it here when for the on submit. And then for our input, the function that we have for the input is to undo user typing. Okay, so when there's a changes, when the user is typing or deleting, we want to be able to either display or to filter. So here we're going to use the unchanged function, and the unchanged function is going to take what the undo submit function. The unchanged method is going to take the undo submit, and then the value basically, which is our target, is the input. Okay, the button here, the type is already submit, so that is okay. So let's test it out and see if it's working. Right now, we have a list of coins here. We have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, BNB, Solana, etc. So if you click on this search, let's say I enter Bit. If I click on the search button, it should display everything related to Bit, with the rank, the coin, the symbol, current price, first trade, and all of that. Okay, so this is basically it. Our search is working. We're able to display, we're able to fetch and display our coin. Now we just need to work on our footer. The footer is a very, very basic footer. This is just what we have in the footer. I'm just going to copy this. So I'm going to close the coin table, retrieve this, and the CSS. Now to the footer, RAFCE to create the functional reactor. I'm going to create a div tag with a class name of footer, and it's going to take this. So we need to style this. This is very simple. I'm going to import my CSS file into my GSS file. So we're styling the footer. So I'll copy this and paste it. Text align, text to be in the center. Margin will be set to auto. Max width will be set to 80%. The border type will be set to 1 pixel solid with this color codes 98, 98, 98. And then padding will be set to 15 pixels, 0 pixels. The font size will be set to 16 pixels. And then in our app with GSS, we are going to mount our footer. So our footer is right here. It's quite far from here. So we just need to reduce this a bit. I'm closing this. So for our coin table, let's see. Padding bottom is 100. That is too much. Let me make it 70. Okay, I'm just going to reduce it to 40. 40 is a bit much as well. Let's reduce this to 10. And then it's looking okay here. So this is basically it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Thank you.